Hello, Zimbabwe. It's Magda again here today, and I'm super excited to share with you the ever-evolving industry of the aesthetics world. And it makes me feel so proud to see just how much is growing in our country. And I figured, hey, why not bring a lady who's great at what she does, who is actually bringing up and empowering a lot of women in Zimbabwe in this industry that we are both so passionate about. So I'd like to introduce you to Michelle Hardy. How are you, Michelle?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me on your show. It's great to be on it.
It's good to see you. Absolutely. So Michelle is the principal at the Skin Spa International Beauty College, and she obviously runs the show. She gets the ladies prepared in their aesthetics diploma, in their technical skills, the theoretical side of it as well. The reason why, honestly, I brought Michelle today is because I've been asked a lot of questions by so many women on different platforms that I'm on different groups from Facebook to Instagram, that Magda, we know that you started your studies in Zimbabwe. So what school can I go to? Where can I go into my aesthetics? And I am very familiar with the Skin Spa College, mainly because of organics and the Skin Spa, which I've had the pleasure of actually going and experience treatments there, which is amazing. So when I discovered that you opened a school, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing to put you on the platform and actually tell the world, and especially in Zimbabwe, the opportunities that you have to offer. So please tell me a little bit about your school. What do you offer? How long have you been open for?
Okay. Well, we're still a fairly young school. We're only in our fifth year of operation. We
Mhm.
started in 2016. We actually started as a franchise, part of the Camelot International franchise. We were
Mhm.
the first one in Zimbabwe. And as we went along, we realized, well, hang on, this is just a little bit more geared for South Africa and not really what Zimbabweans were looking for.
Mhm.
And I had been in the industry already teaching for many years before. I was at Silvana Academy whilst it
Okay.
was open and was familiar with the iTech and Sedesco programs. So we
Okay.
decided to drop the Camelot franchise and we changed it and rebranded in line with the rest of the company as the Skin Spa International College of Beauty. And so we started off very small and we've grown very quickly, and our standard is very high. Obviously,
Mhm.
we have the spa already, we have organics, they're well known. um, if you search any engine, you'll find Skin Spa pops up there. They've
Yeah.
won awards,
Yeah.
and so we had to be in line with that as well.
Of course. Of
And
course.
so
And
we chose
also,
the
so, sorry to cut you. Karen Mutasa is the
yes,
founder of all these three households. I mean,
yes.
I have seen her at her best. I think she's a phenomenal woman. She is actually my role model, I have to say. I have seen her so many times in Zimbabwe, and I've always thought, wow, she's such an elegant woman. She's a gold digger. And so she is the founder of the Organics restaurant, which is my favorite, by the way, every time I come to Zimbabwe. I have to visit Organics. And then she also has the Skin Spa, which is right next to the Organics, right? Beautiful spas, great standard, excellent services. And then on top of that, she then added the International College of Beauty. So this
Yes.
is such an amazing household, which obviously started as a stepping stone from having the spa, following those standards, and then shifting them to an actual school. So, I
Yes.
mean, kudos to Karen, you know, I'm pretty sure she's watching us right now. So I just want to say thank you, Karen, for empowering women and for empowering women like myself as well, to allow myself to push myself and know that anything is possible, really. So
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to ask you this. How has the response been for the aesthetics industry in Zimbabwe?
It's growing. As you know, social media has had a huge influence on it. Zimbabwe is, I'd say, still fairly conservative as opposed to the rest of the world. We're not quite there with all the cutting edge treatments, but they're coming fast and furiously. And people are hungry for them. And it's a lot to do with the social media. You see the Kardashians and they're having this new treatment, or, any sort of celebrity is really putting out in the forefront there what's happening elsewhere in the world. And so it's coming here as well. And people just want more and more and more. And in this industry, you cannot put any price on beauty.
That's
It's
true.
it's more than just skin deep. For a lot of people, it builds confidence and self-esteem. As a therapist, you'll know as well the transition and change that you see in your client from the first time they start with you as you go
True.
through. And it's also up to the therapists as well, to expand the client's knowledge.
True.
I've had several clients come to me, oh, I heard about this or I saw that, and then you educate them, and then they just want more and more and more.
Absolutely, that is so true. And I mean, like you say, this world is evolving. Just looking at me being in Canada, you being in Zimbabwe, it doesn't make us any difference. Skin is
Mm,
skin. However,
yeah.
the sharing of the passion and how it evolves. And people don't realize that with aesthetics, we get to study human anatomy.
Oh,
We there
I
is
don't
such
understand that.
they don't
Oh
understand
my
that
God, I don't
human
get that.
anatomy, physiology of the skin. So this is something that is so extensive that is offered, which we'll talk about a little bit later in regards to the opportunities that are involved in the aesthetics industry. But that being said, um, what would you say differentiates you from any other school out there? Like, what are your best offers? What is it that makes you stand out for people to say, I want to come to your international college?
Well, as we've said, our founder is Karen Mutasa, and she's very dynamic, and she's always at the forefront of any new treatments and technology that comes out in our industry. And she goes to the international shows every year in Vegas and that, and she brings that back and shares it with the college as well. So we have the newest and latest treatments that the students are learning as well, and are able to experience and be able to take that experience with them when they leave us. But we
Mhm.
also have a very high standard, and we make them accountable to that standard. And I think that's really what sets us apart, is that the student that leaves our college is a very well-rounded individual. It's not just about the treatments. Karen also brings lots of other things to it, having people come in and talk to our students and getting them exposed to what's really out there in the world, so that they grow, not just in learning a new skill and a trade, but even as an individual.
Yeah, I mean, I am super excited. Once COVID is over, obviously, I cannot wait to meet the ladies. And it's always nice to inspire each other. And I think that's one of the reasons why, by the way, you're like one of the first few people that I shared about my association that I just started here in Canada. And the reason why I started that aesthetics association is to earn the respect that we deserve in this industry, that people don't realize that we do so much and bring so much in this ever evolving industry. So those are amazing things that, she goes for these international shows. I actually go to them as well. Like Vegas last year was phenomenal. The amount of people in the industry that you get to network with and you get to learn
Mhm.
about the treatments is absolutely phenomenal. So that is really good that you actually offer your students this, which is something that's excellent for them to take with them, right? Post their content,
Yes.
start their business, work in some of the most prestigious hotels or spas around the world, which is amazing. So speaking of that, okay, now we're going
Hmm.
to you and me, which is funny. I have worked on cruise ships. You have worked on cruise ships. So when we talk about the opportunities that people have in this industry, what do you offer continuously for your students at the Skin Spa College?
Well, what we do is we try and network and figure out, all the different opportunities that we can give them. So we have an internship program as well at the actual Skin Spa that our students can work towards going through and being put forward into that program. We've got a few other spas that have associated or approached us, and they want our students, so we assist them with that. But for our students, and I'm sure most Zimbabweans, we want to get out there and explore the world, and that's what they want to do, is go to the cruise ships. So having worked on the ships, we have that experience that we can give them and really mold them and prepare them for what it's like, because a lot of people believe that you're going to go on the cruise ship and it's
And see
wonderful,
the
it's a
world
holiday, you will see the world. They don't prepare you for the part where you really work very hard.
where you work
So
12 to 15 hours a day, right?
yes, exactly, and but it makes it worth it, because you work hard, you get to play hard, you
Sure.
see amazing things and you
Mhm.
experience so much as well, not just off the ship, but even
Mhm.
on the ship with the various cultures and people that you come across, whether
True.
it's in your crew or in the guests that you come across.
Mhm.
And so we try and give them every opportunity that we can in that way. We've got people from the Arab Emirates that approach us wanting students as well. So
Oh,
we try
wow.
and put them through as best we can. Um, and yeah, we really just try to give them every opportunity that we can help them with.
Oh, wow. So Flight Emirates is actually inquiring for your students to be a part
Uh,
of. Wow.
Not Fly Emirates, but
Mhm.
the different states in the Arab Emirates. So like
Oh,
Doha, Oman, Muscat. Yeah.
oh, wow. To actually go and work there from your students from your school. Wow, those are great opportunities. Because again, like this world is evolving, especially in international airports as well, right? Like that's another
Yeah.
great opportunity where you can be placed to work at an airport, on a cruise ship. And some of the things that people don't realize, and I'm telling you out there, ladies, just because these are the opportunities that are out there if you're thinking about it, if you're unsure, you can be a beauty editor. You can be a manufacturer's advisor, as in regards to aesthetics equipment. You can actually get a job just from having an esthetician diploma. There are so many facets. Obviously, opening your own spa is always the ultimate goal for every lady or man that gets into this industry, right? So
Yeah.
that's amazing that you get such excellent offers. So for the cruise ships, how are they doing the interviews from your school? Are they still coming to Zimbabwe or are you going to South Africa?
No, unfortunately, they haven't been coming. So it's usually a case now of going to South Africa for the interviews.
Yeah.
They do some screening before. Um, yeah, there's competition even there. I'm sure when you were also on the cruise ships, there was only one company. Now
Oh,
there's quite a few. So there's different avenues for them to explore,
that's good.
and they take it from there, because you don't just go as a beauty therapist. There's lots of different positions on there that people can go forward for.
Mhm.
So it's
That's really
unbelievable
good.
where the industry has gone.
Yeah, so you have this the skin spa, which has won I'm pretty sure 2 years in a row in the luxury spa award, which is phenomenal. So do you also give opportunities for your students to experience the real life of what it actually feels like working in the spa at your skin spa?
Yes, we do. Yeah, they usually have to do their experience before we can sign them off, and that's where they do it, is through the spa. Sometimes they do it at other spas, but it has to be a high quality spa, of which Zimbabwe's getting there. Before it used to be one or two places, but more and more
That is
spas
a
are
lot.
really opening up and embracing what a spa is and bringing that
Mhm.
concept. It's not just a little salon in any old building that you just go and have your nails done and things like that. It's developed so much now.
That is so true. You're so right. I mean, every time I go home, because this is what I'm intrigued by, um, I see these spas that are being open, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. I remember I actually worked at the Kingdom Spa
Oh,
before I
wow.
went to cruise ship. Yeah. So that I had always, because I had always had the high standards set for me from school, so I knew that I only had to work in those high standard spas as well. And this is what you're seeing now in this industry back home, that they're just like phenomenal spas that are out there now. So it's really a great opportunity of course, them having a chance of working at your luxury spa award winner twice in a row, bragging about it. Uh, and and then of course all the other opportunities of working at at all the other prestigious spas in Zimbabwe. That's really amazing. What I want to ask you is, because people always want to know this, right?
Mm-hmm.
There any success stories that you can share of people that have come from your school that, they waved the flag high, not just of Zimbabwe, but of saying, I went to the International Beauty College of the Skin Spa. Do you have any stories to share and where they are
Yeah.
at the moment?
Oh, we've got a few.
Mm,
So quite a number of our students went and they've done the cruise ships and they're still working on there. They
mhm.
found that they love it. They love that kind of lifestyle. It's fast, it's dynamic. We've got other students that have stayed here in Zimbabwe, and we've actually got a student who opened her own spa. She's got a
Wow,
couple of them now, and it's called
wow,
the Spa. And
wow.
yeah, she's giving us competition now.
That's amazing. Wow, the spa. Wow, okay. And she has a couple of them already in Zimbabwe.
Yes, yeah, she
That's
does.
phenomenal. That's phenomenal. So, I mean, just hearing all this really excites me of how this industry is growing. When I talk to my students here or my other colleagues, and when I show them pictures of the skin spa, and I'm like, listen, this is an aesthetic school in Zimbabwe. They are blown away. And then I say to them, well, what were you expecting to see? And they're like, miss, I'm not so sure. I'm like, I know it's Africa, but let me tell you, we are so advanced more than you think we are, and they see the vacuum suction machine and they see the high frequency. And I'm like, yes, they have the same machines just like you do, so it makes me so proud to talk about this and, not just to put the Skin Spa International Beauty College on the map, but just the aesthetics industry as a whole in Zimbabwe. That, listen, world, watch out, we're coming
Mm,
strong. We're evolving, we're on the map, and it will only get better. So I'm so proud about that.
yeah, it is. It's amazing. It's really, really taking off. And we'll have to show you. We're actually building another spa. It's going to be called Masawara Urban Retreat. We're
Wow,
just waiting for COVID-19 to pass, and then it's going to have its grand opening.
that's
And then we'll
exciting.
definitely do the pictures, and you can be showing your students that
Of
this
course.
is a this is a spa in Zimbabwe. And
Wow.
it's world class. It really is. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see
Karen is
this
not
go viral.
playing. Karen
No,
is not playing. She
no,
is, and
doesn't.
and this is the thing. So this whole fellowship that we create amongst estheticians is so important. It's pretty much like a sisterhood. And I have honestly, and I will say this on live air, I have promised some of my students, and they've said, Miss, one day I want to go with you to Zimbabwe. I want to be able to talk to some of the estheticians and see how they feel, how they find this industry. So I look forward to what's in the future, to be honest with you, with all this. This has been so great, Karen. Sorry, Michelle. I wanna ask you something. what is the one thing that you would want to tell a woman there in Zimbabwe? Because your school is very diverse, right? Um,
Yeah.
what you want to tell a lady that is not so sure, is this really the right industry for me? Should I get myself into this? How would you encourage a person who's deciding to join the aesthetics industry?
Normally, what I always do is, anybody who expresses an interest, we normally have them come in and I sit down with them. And, I basically tell them if you've got a passion for this industry, then
Mhm.
that's your biggest clue that this is for you. And it doesn't matter where you come from. If you've got that passion and that fire for this industry, you can do phenomenal things. I've
True.
had people come in and do small courses and grow and grow, and by the end of it they've done the whole thing. But
Mhm.
when we look back and we talk about the interview and the time that we sat down together, they think at that stage they thought they couldn't do it at all, but
Wow.
because they had the passion and they took the first step, they flourish.
Wow, that's amazing. And just to add on, um,
Mm,
you offer the International Therapy Examination Council, which is the ITEC, which is
mm-hmm.
what I have as well. And what people, if you must know, and I'm letting you all know this, um, what people don't realize that is this diploma can be used around the world. So the Skin Spa offers this diploma together with your aesthetics course, which literally, if you're ever ladies want to move to Canada, which is where I am, that's all you need. You are literally coming in and getting a job with this diploma. They're not weighing it because, with other courses as well, and with other degrees, like here in Canada, if I must say, like a doctor per se, let's say a doctor from Iran cannot just come with their degree from Iran and start working here as a doctor. There's so many procedures that they have to go through, and sometimes even have to go back to school again and start
Yeah.
over 10 years of medicine. So the beauty of the aesthetics is that your iTech diploma that you received in Zimbabwe, you decide to move to Canada, you are getting straight into the workforce, or you're getting straight into opening your own spa if that's what you want. And that's something that I am so proud to say, that it's such a great opportunity to have the iTech diploma, the Sedesco diploma, amongst everything else, that people don't realize that this is how far this industry can take.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. And that's why we chose those two qualifications. They're the
Mhm.
top two in the world, and they give you the key to the world. You can go anywhere and, like you say, immediately start working, open your own place, and there's no bridging because you're learning and at the same level as someone in the States or in the UK or in Australia. You're on the
Yes,
same playing field.
exactly.
So, you know, yes, you come from little old Zimbabwe, but you're going with a top of the line qualification.
Well, you've heard it, so listen here. Go and visit the International Beauty College, the Skin Spa, and it was such a pleasure having you, Michelle Hardy. I look forward to seeing you in Zimbabwe once this is all over, hopefully sooner than later.
Yes, definitely. And I look forward to meeting you too. Hopefully, it will be soon.
Absolutely. You take care and we'll talk soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.